Dear all, welcome to my channel Biology Notes. Today I will discuss about the detailed structure of a mature sperm in human. Contents of the video include general overview, different parts of human sperm, and the detailed structure of different parts of human sperm. From the last two videos of human reproduction, we come to know that a mature sperm or male gamete is required to fuse with a mature ovum or female gamete for the production of a zygote cell that will give rise a normal offspring after a certain period of gestation time. So this is very important to understand the detailed structure of a mature sperm. We know that the sperm is produced by the spermatogenesis process that I had already discussed. The last phase of spermatogenesis, where the spermatids are transformed into a mature sperm, is known as spermiogenesis, which also I had discussed in the last video. So today I will discuss about the structure of a mature human sperm. This is a picture of a mature sperm. The length of a mature human sperm is about 60 micrometer. There are different regions like head, neck, and tail portion. The tail is further divided into three parts: middle piece, principal piece, and end piece. The whole spermatozoon is covered by plasma membrane. This is head portion. The sperm head is flattened and pointed and measures of about 4.5 micrometer long, 3 micrometer wide, and 1 micrometer thick. Now, if you see the detailed structure of sperm head, you will find a prominent haploid nucleus. The nucleus is streamlined and its DNA becomes tightly compressed. The anterior two-thirds of the nucleus is covered by an acrosomal vesicle or acrosome. It looks like a cap, so it is also called as acrosomal cap. It is actually a modified secretory vesicle. This acrosomal vesicle contains various types of enzymes like hyaluronidase, neuraminidase, acid phosphatase, and a trypsin-like protease called acrosin. These enzymes are essential to digest a path through the outer coverings of an egg during successful fertilization. The formation of acrosomal vesicle is accomplished by Golgi apparatus during spermiogenesis process that I had already discussed in the last video. This is neck region. The narrow, short neck contains the centrioles and the origin of quartz fibers that extends throughout the tail. From here to last, the region is known as tail region. It is divided into middle piece, principal piece, and end piece. The tail forms 4/5 of the total length of the sperm. This is middle piece. It is approximately 7 micrometer long and contains the mitochondria. These mitochondria helically wrapped around the quartz fibers and axonal complex. These mitochondria provide the energy for movement of the tail and thus are responsible for the mobility of the sperm. This is principal piece. It is approximately 40 micrometer long. It is made of axial filament covered by fibrous sheath. This is end piece. It is approximately 5 micrometer long. it contains only the axonal filament. So, this is all about the general structure and different parts of a mature human sperm. In the next clip, I will discuss about the core structure of the tail region. In this diagram, I am showing you how the axoneme is arranged in the sperm tail region. If we make a cross section of the flagellum of a mammalian spermatozoon, then we will find this basic structure. The major motor portion of the flagellum is the axoneme. The axoneme is a structure formed by microtubules that are emerging from the centriole at the base of the sperm nucleus. The core of the axoneme consists of two central microtubules which are surrounded by a row of 9 doublet microtubules. If we take a closer look of these doublet microtubules, you will find only one microtubule of the each doublet is complete, having 13 protofilaments. The protofilaments are represented by numbering like 1, 2, 3, etc. up to 13. You can see the numbering properly. We can call this microtubule as a tubule. The other C-shaped microtubule has only 11 protofilaments. We can call this B tubule. The protofilaments remain interconnected and are made exclusively of the heterodimeric protein called tubulin. Tubulin is the basis for the structure of the flagellum. The molecular mass of each tubulin is approximately 50 kilodalton. There are some other important proteins which are also critical for flagellar function. There is a protein called dynein remain attached to the microtubules. This dynein actually is an ATPase, an enzyme that hydrolyzes ATP and converts the released chemical energy into mechanical energy to propel the sperm. This energy allows the active sliding of the outer doublet microtubules, causing the flagellum to bend. There are another protein complexes called nexin are involved in the sliding between adjacent doublet microtubules and for the production of bend formation. The nexin connect each A tubule to the next doublet tubule and act as elastic elements to limit the amount of sliding and or to return the doublets to their resting position. Each A tubule possesses a firmly anchored linear row of spokes that radiate inward toward the central pair microtubule apparatus. Each radial spoke consists of a spoke head and stalk and have complex axial spacings. These radial spokes are essential for the flagellar machinery to work correctly. The central pair microtubules function to regulate doublet microtubule sliding and potential taxis and reversal of beat. The 9+2 microtubule arrangement with dynein arms has been conserved in axonemes throughout the eukaryotic kingdoms, suggesting that this arrangement is extremely well suited for transmitting energy for movement. Such arrangement is present throughout the whole tail part, and this arrangement may be associated with some other components in the different parts of the tail. Suppose if you make a cross section at the middle piece, you will find such a structure. Here These are the 9+2 arrangement of microtubule. The 9+2 arrangement of microtubule are surrounded by a layer of outer dense fibers. This fiber layer stiffens the sperm tail. The thickness of this layer decreases toward the tip. At the outer rim, there are mitochondrial layer. The ATP needed to whip the flagellum and propel the sperm comes from rings of mitochondria located in the midpiece of the sperm. If you make a section at the principal piece, you will see the fiber sheath, much thinner outer dense fibers, and the 9+2 arrangement of microtubule at the center. There is no mitochondrial sheath. And finally, if you make a section at the end piece, you will see only the axonal filament. In the last, one important thing I am telling you that in mammals, the sperm released during ejaculation are able to move, but they do not yet have the capacity to bind to and fertilize an egg. The final stage of mammalian sperm maturation, cumulatively referred to as capacitation, do not occur until the sperm has been inside the female reproductive tract for a certain period of time. So this is all about detailed structure of the human sperm. If you have any query, please write in the comment section. Subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notification of new video. Like and share. Stay with us. Keep watching. Thank you.